It is time to add up the scores and see who's won.
Yep. Now, we've already filled in the scores for the drag race, the loading and the thief test. The tailgating, though, is where it gets tricky. You get a point for every centimetre under...
Every centimetre under 10 centimetres.
Right, so I was -0.5.
Yep.
Richard, you were 9, and
Yep.
James, you were -4 million.
Yeah.
What? Hang on a minute, I lose 4 million points for not tailgating.
That's exactly right. And you don't get anything for the door challenge because you were still naming all your spanners. And who won that one? It was me. I won the door chain.
No, hang on. You put that on with gaffer tape. You can't have
So,
that.
the whole British Army is held together with gaffer tape. You see, it's not that.
Jeremy, it didn't open, and if something doesn't open, it's not a door.
He's right.
Did open.
It didn't.
It did when it fell off.
You can't claim that. All right. Who here thinks Jeremy won with the door? Who thinks Jeremy won that?
Hands up.
Who thinks I won fitting my door on with bolts? Everybody. So, one for me. You lost. You did. You lost.
Fair enough, I'm not sore. Plenty more ground. Well, we're 3, so you get
Three,
3.
and you get
Oh,
none.
well, you're gloating, naught, man. And I get 2.
Yeah.
Now, the police chase, that'd be a big 3 for me. James, you did well, 2. And you, 1.
One?
Your van rolled over!
I could have been killed.
So, you'd have still lost.
Exactly. Exactly. And now we've got to add these up. So it's 5, 6, 5.5, 7.5, 10.5. Okay? Richard, 3, 4. Oh, wait a minute. 4,
Stretching
7,
this, isn't it?
20. Okay? And James, you're 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 million. Minus 3,999,993.
Yeah.
Is what you scored.
Didn't go well for you, did it?
You're not going well.
However, there was one more challenge because the producers told us to put a man with a van type ad in a newspaper each, and then we would each get 1 point for every response we got from our ad.
Yes, we did. So, James, what was your advert?
My ad was... Man with van, LDV convoy with fully functioning automatic door system, driven by steady, sensitive, classically trained pianist.
Nice.
Pretty good.
good.
Remember, it's 1 point for each reply.
Oh, yeah.
Chance for you to claw back some points here, James. How many replies?
None.
Right.
So you're pretty much out. Okay, Richard, your ad was...
Well, my ad ran like this. Driver with van, surprisingly spacious, would suit anyone who lives up very narrow street. Speedy delivery guaranteed thanks to F1 style mid-engined layout, which it's got, which it has.
No denying that. How many replies?
One.
1. So you actually now get 21. I think this man with a van malarkey is not as well paid as we might have imagined.
It's not brilliant, is it?
Not really. So...
Come on, let's hear it.
Mine, oh yeah, very quickly, very simple. Man with van, classic Ford Transit, well ventilated.
It had no door on it.
Well ventilated. Willing driver, slightly bad back.
Right, OK, so let me just work this out a minute. So if you... Hammond's in the lead, but if you get more than 10.5 replies,
Yeah.
you'll have won.
Yeah.
11.5 replies,
Yeah,
I think.
11.5 replies.
And you got?
Yes, I win! It's me! Thank you!
And the really good thing is that this means all future van tests in future will be done by you.
I don't want to.
Yeah, and I'm going to do the supercars from now on, although that is a way off, because this is the last programme in the series.
Hold that a minute. Right, I've done a quick chart of how we're performing so far.
We aren't...
I'm not performing.
Right, economy, 3 points for me, most economical, obviously, followed by Hammond, 2, you 1. Top speed, it's the other way around, you're the fastest, 3 points, 2 for you, and 1 for me, the slowest. Now, value, you get a point for every pound you save under the £2,000 budget, but you lose a point for every pound you go over it, OK? So I am winning that. My car was £800, I score 1,200. You, minus 65,000...
James,
I think there's something wrong with it.
645. I can't write on a vertical surface.
OK, let's have a writing competition. You lose.
Yeah, well, but that's not in it. Hang on, your
Badly.
car, you lose minus 48,000. £2,050,000.
minus
No, hang on, hang
anything.
on. Have you included his optional windscreen?
Don't encourage him.
Is that optional?
It's an optional windscreen.
How much is it?
1,500 quid.
Minus 1,500. That's interesting, which
James.
is minus is a plus, which
James,
is a minus.
this is very riveting, but it's irrelevant.
It's not irrelevant.
It is irrelevant. It's like saying, Jeremy, you lost to Manchester United yesterday. I wasn't there, and I wasn't taking part.
You are taking part in this.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. Just
we-
because you can't be bothered and you've done it wrong, you're losing. Catch up here. You've got fires extinguished, water capacity. You can still claw it back for the total. But at the moment, mate, you're losing. Fires extinguished. So far, I've done 2.
Hold on. Let's have a look at the final scores on my water damage scoreboard.
No,
because
James. No, there's no point. You get minus £1 million because that was the cost of the real fire brigade that had to come, and I get plus £1 million for winning everything.
No, hang on. The only reason your doors to manual Audi beat the magnificent Nomad is that you fed the finishing line's cat.
And because it was faster and better in every way. It is a superb car, that TT, but you can't have one.
Because of the air hostess thing.
No, because I've driven 3 examples of it now, and every single one has had squeaky brakes. You can hear it in the film. And it drives you mad.
No, that's
Absolutely mad.
unforgivable.
So you can't have one. And
The scoring, this is where we are, OK? The first of our tests was a high-speed run. Amazingly, James's Jag fair and square won that one.
Yep.
It won the second, which was the ride with the wet laps, if you remember that. Then the Alpine course. At that point, things took a bit of a turn for the worse for the Jag. It very much lost that. Then we come to fuel economy. This was on the run from Millbrook, where we were, to Oxford.
Yeah.
The target was 20 mpg, OK? Points for over, points deducted for under that. My BMW did it in I did 21 mpg, so I believe I gain a point, so that's +1 for me. Jeremy, you did
the light,
17.
efficient. You see, 7. Who believes that?
Well, that's what it did. 17, so you lose 3, so that's -3 for JC. Yeah, but then we get to James's Jag. James, what did your Jag?
8.
Pardon?
What?
8.
8.
8 miles to the gallon. 8. Was that oil?
Oh, I thought you meant the oil. No, it's about the same on the petrol as well.
So that's -12 for you. Then we come to reliability. This was, again, points knocked off every time you break down. Now, Jeremy, amazingly, nothing went wrong, so that's no...
I thank you. Not a single...
I like the booing, I like that. That's good. Now, I did have 1, I have to confess, brake light failure, so... I like that as well. So that's -1, and then obviously James had 5.
-5?
5
He
faults.
never even made it to Oxford. I mean, I get, right, 0 for reliability. I buy a car with no mechanical faults at all and score
But you don't lose
0.
any. I lost 1, James. That's the rules. It's the same.
It's -35 for buying a car with a manual gearbox. How fair's that? I lose 35 points from a wet crotch. How can that be fair? How can that be
that's the
fair?
rules.
I'm
That's
sorry,
how it
is that fair? What I lose, I end up with a wet crotch and 35 points off.
It's the same rules. This is pathetic. It's like Manchester United, FA Cup playing Arsenal last week. They were better than Arsenal for 90 minutes, then they lose on penalties. That's the rules.
Right.
Another challenge, which I have here. Let me read it out for you, OK? The reason why middle-aged men, such as you, that would be us, buy Porsches is because they're having a midlife crisis. Each of you must place an ad in a Lonely Hearts column, and you will refer to the car you've bought, 5 points for each reply. So, James, why don't you read out your advertisement that you placed, genuinely, in wherever it was?
41-year-old man with sensitive hair. 41-year-old man with sensitive hair drives Porsche 944 Lux, seeks brewery ARS or similar, must have liberal attitude to motorcycle components in the bath.
And how many replies did you get?
Well, 3 actually.
3 replies. Right. So that's 15 points.
OK. There you go.
OK, Hammond?
Well, my advert went like this. Porsche 924 owner, got it in first. Good-looking, mild-mannered, snappy dresser, 5'11", would like to live...
5'11"?
Mild-mannered.
It's a Lonely Hearts ad. If I put angry short bloke, I won't get any reply. Big it up, talk
So
it up.
how many replies did you get?
None.
So that would be a big fat naught
Yeah,
for
that's
you.
done.
Now,
What about you?
My ad, Porsche 928 driver, that's the V8 one.
Did you actually put that's the V8?
Yeah, look there. That's the V8
You actually
one.
wrote that? Okay.
Tall, slim hips. Likes books with speedboats on the cover. Would like to meet someone for friendship, maybe more.
Can I just point out, do you know where he put that advert? He put that in the Men Seeking Men column.
Frankly, a moment of genius, that, because I recognise that men would like the V8 thing.
But did they?
Yep, got 2 replies. So
Did you-
look,
right,
plus
so-
10.
Another 10.
For me. OK, right. Our researchers worked out how much fuel was used on the Manchester run. 30 mpg was the target for every mile to the gallon. Over that, you get a point. For every mpg under it, you lose a point.
Right, I have the results of the economy run. The Volvo, 20 miles to the gallon, giving Jeremy a score of -10. The Rover, 23 miles to the gallon, giving Richard a score of -7. And the Audi, a remarkable 35 miles to the gallon, giving me 5 points.
Yes. Now, I have just been told that we're also going to be tested on reliability. We're going to lose a point for every time the bonnet had to be lifted, which means none there for you, James, none for me, and minus another one for Jeremy.
OK, so the results. Richard's Rover went round in 1 minute 42 seconds, so that is 8 seconds under the 1 minute 50 target. That means 8 points. James's Audi was 4 seconds under the target, a 1:46, so he gets 4 points. And my Volvo 148, so that's 2 points. It's a plus. It's a plus.
Right, brakes. Now then, James's Audi pulled up in 40 yards, which is 20 under the highway code stopping distance, which means he gets 20 points. Then my Rover stopped just in 48 yards, which means I get 12 points. And then, amazingly, Jeremy's Volvo, as an advertisement for the advantages of anti-lock brakes, stopped in 34, which means he gets a very handy 26 points.
Right, enough. The results. Richard's Rover, 3 faults, giving him -3 points. My Audi, -4 points. And Jeremy's Volvo, back on form with -12.
Now it's time for the final test.
OK, so your car worked. Great. But you didn't, because I have managed to secure this X-ray. Now, what do you think that is, Jeremy?
It's an X-ray of a hand.
It is. More specifically, your hand after that crash.
That crash at 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, whatever. The important thing is this bit. Look. The thumb. It's broken.
No, it isn't.
It is. You broke your thumb.
No, it
James,
isn't.
is that broken?
It's broken.
It is.
It's chipped.
Oh, look, if a teacup is chipped, my mother would say it's broken. And it would go,
Absolutely.
it's broken.
It is. Jeremy, accept it. You broke your thumb. That's 5 points off, so -5, which brings your score, if I'm right, after all that we've just done, to 0. No points at all.
But there is one challenge left, and it is the big one. It is the cost. Now, we earn a point for every pound we've saved from our original £100 budget. Jeremy, you have no points. You're out of it. I've got 25, Hammond. You've got 10. So 15 quid either way
Yep.
could swing this.
Yep.
Are you ready?
Yep.
I have the receipt for my car
OK.
here.
Come on. Tell me.
And I spent £75.
Right, £75. So if I can be £15 under that, I spent £80, which means James is ahead. Oh no, which means Jeremy, unless you've got your car for about 10 quid, James is going to be the winner. Oh no.
Oh, no.
I should have. The scores, here we go. So after all of that, after the 11s and his Tibetan squiggle was disqualified, no points there.
Predictable.
This is where we stand with the scores. James and I separated by just 2 points on 27 and 29. Then there is a bit of a gap. He's struggling. Minus 122 for Jeremy.
Everything to play for here. And really, it kind of depends on how much we got when we sold the car. So, James, how much did you sell your 944 for?
£1,400.
Well done. So, you lose, you lost £100, so that's 100 points off there. So that puts you on minus 73.
Minus 73, so
Oh,
what
dear.
about you?
I haven't really... No, I haven't sold it.
Haven't or couldn't?
Bit of both, I suspect.
Nobody would buy it from you, so?
Well, the point is, I think I'm about to lose $1,500. I am. So that's not good.
Oh, I'm swelling.
1,500. So that's
This is a great
minus
moment.
1,471. I think that means I'm probably out of it.
Well, no.
The only consolation is you're coming
Ready?
second.
I sold mine for £1,800.
Nobody bought that heap of junk. I'm sorry, I don't believe
I'm
it.
the winner thanks to my genius. Because I realised I couldn't actually sell the car as a car, because
Well, it barely
technically it sort of wasn't anymore, so I sold it in bits.
What?
I sold it as spares. I got £1,200 for like the wings and the doors, and that was a bit short, so what I did, well, you're not going to believe it. Okay, are you ready for this? Ready?
Yes.
And I've sold these already. They're pre-sold. 600 quid. Look!
Turned your car into a living room.
Yes! He, and this is very complicated, he was on minus 35. So in other words, if he's done
There's
8
7
laps,
in it.
yeah, if you've done 8 laps more than him in the 4 hours, you win.
So I've got to have done 88 laps.
You've got to have done 88 laps.
Yeah.
You did 80.
Yes.
2.
Yes! I won something on Top Gear! I won something on Top Gear! I've won something on Top Gear.
Well, go
What?
on then.
What?
Go on.
At this point, you normally pull out some preposterous trick to show that you've won.
And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is no different. I have in fact won.
It's over.
It isn't over.
Go on then.
No.
Okay. Look into this camera here, James. See this
Yeah.
one here? Now, how many people watch Top Gear around the world now?
About 250 million.
250 million people. You stand there and tell all those people that the best cheap car you can buy is a V12 car made by communists.
No.
Can't say that.
No, I didn't say that, people of the world.
No, you can't
And I don't mean that either.
The fact of the matter is, as you both well know, the best car there was the Starion.
No.
We'll admit that yours is the best car and that you won if you'll admit that you're a clot and you ruined your car.
Okay, that's all right. That's all right. Because
Do
it
I
would
do
have
it?
done.
Yes? That's fair. Yes? I'm a clot and I ruined my car. And I've won! Okay, what we've got here is the scoreboard that'll help us determine which is the best of the small hot hatches. We've already filled in the scores for Price, the pursuit race and the drag race. Now we've got the paparazzi thing. Hammond, how did you get on?
Well, you two put the pap in a bag, didn't you?
Well, we did, but actually, we should sell those bags to celebrities.
You should, because they're rather clever. You pull a drawstring, and not only can't you take any pictures, you can't get out of the car.
Yes, it's also technically false imprisonment.
Yes.
And
Well, yeah,
therefore
but
illegal.
so's trapping a wasp in a jam jar. Nobody complains about that, do they?
Yes,
So-
well, anyway, it didn't work because obviously there must have been another pap that we didn't spot because this picture appeared.
No. Wait a minute. The rules said it had to have the car in it, and I
did.
don't see the car in that picture.
It also said Mail Online, and I'm guessing, there's some evidence to suggest that is the Sun.
Yeah.
I think it's the Sun.
I hoped you wouldn't spot that.
Yeah, we did.
I didn't do very well.
I think that gives you a 0, Hammond.
Yeah, so you got a 0.
There
Now,
you go.
James May, how did you get on taking the older woman out for a curry in Hammersmith and then parking your car in an underground car park?
Not that well, actually.
How not that well?
Not that well.
Okay.
Not a single thing. My plan was rather successful.
Was it?
49 pictures appeared of my car and me and Binky in the Mail Online.
49?
49 pictures.
Well, hang on a minute. 49 pictures of a fat old bloke and a young girl I've never heard of changing a wheel.
I know. And the extraordinary thing is, I'd like to show you the 49 pictures, but got in touch with the Mail Online yesterday, OK, to say, can we have the pictures? Do you want to know how much they were going to charge? £122,000.
What?
I kid you not. They take a picture of me, they ruin my life, and then for me to buy the picture back is £122,000.
There are 49 pictures on
No,
there of
40.
you.
Don't show the cameras, otherwise there'll be a bill for 120 grand. But the good thing is...
Exactly, because of that, you score 49.
Yep,
Yes,
I'm afraid he
I
does.
do.
There's no
Right.
getting around
Yes,
that.
I do. Which moves us on to Instagram.
OK.
James May, how did you do with your picture on the bus?
I scored 0.
Naught.
Yeah.
Nobody get naught.
Well, it's quite interesting, you see. I didn't have an Instagram account, so I set one up. No, but
That's a
hang on.
surprise.
No, but I set one up, and then as I was setting it up, I realised there was someone else on Instagram pretending to be me. So I filled in that reporting thing that pulls down, and I sent it off, and all credit to Instagram, they reacted very quickly, by that afternoon, in fact, and they shut me down. Yeah, they didn't shut down the fake James May. They shut the real one down.
They killed the wrong James May.
Yeah.
OK, well, that's quite interesting. What's interesting me, though, is that there's a man somewhere out in the world, or woman, who's thought, I could pretend to be anyone I like. I shall pretend to be James May.
I know.
It's not very ambitious,
Well,
is it?
it was George Clooney.
I know, but anyway, the net result of that, as they say in the army, is that I have naught.
You're
Yes.
doing very well
I've
here,
got
aren't
one,
you?
yeah. This is good.
So, Hammond, how did you get on?
Well, my picture was brilliant. Look at it. Look at that.
No, that is,
good.
apart
Yeah.
from the slogan with the sexual
that
intercourse
was-
enthusiast,
yeah, it was all good, yeah.
that is an amazing photograph, granted. So, how many people have viewed it and liked it on Instagram?
9.
Oh, they block you as well?
9. No. You see, I don't really do Instagram,
Yeah.
so I don't have many followers, so only 9 people have seen it.
Oh, dear, because I got 54,000.
Oh, for God's sake! Yes, but you do Instagram.
Yes, I do.
So you got lots
Yes,
of
I did.
followers.
So put 54,000.
Hang on a minute, let's look at this in a more positive light, Hammond. He has got 1.6 million Instagram followers.
Yes.
So 1.46 million people actively didn't like his picture.
Ah!
That's a good way of looking at it.
That's a lose,
It wasn't
really.
my best work, I admit. It was a hurried shot.
What was it?
54,000.
Oh, dear.
That does change the scoreline a bit.
Changed the
doesn't it?
scoreline a lot, because I'm now on 54,053.
Right,
And
okay.
you're on 1.
Yeah, I'm on one.
Anyway, it gets worse, I'm afraid, for you two, because YouTube.
Go on.
I didn't add them all up, but my first David Soufflé video on YouTube, 266,000 views.
God.
More than 250,000 people.
You are ahead now.
Yes, I'm that's just comfortably in the lead, I would
Yeah.
say.
Yes.
So come on, Hammond.
16,800.
What, for all that effort?
I know. I don't get it either because I gave it a really cool, tempting caption. It said, look, epic street fight broken up by Ryan Gosling and Channing Tatum whilst Prince Philip tightrope walks between 2 cars.
Well,
Who
you
doesn't want to look at that?
You actually put that as the caption.
That's what it said. It's clickbait,
And then the
isn't it?
YouTube millennials
Yes.
thought, no, I'd rather watch a cat going.
Well,
That's
they must have done.
ridiculous. That is, I'm sorry, that is pathetic. Young people, you're pathetic. Right, so there we are. Those are the scores at the moment. You're out.
Yes.
And James, I'm looking and I'm thinking, and just a quick adding up, unless you manage to find 325,000 people who are prepared to spend 16 minutes, because that's how long that unboxing video was, 16 minutes watching you taking a small Toyota hatchback out of a cardboard box, I've won.
Yes.
So,
330.
1,000.
Out of a box. Oh, he's doing the dance. You see this dance, how does he always manage to win?
Well, I think on this occasion it was partly because you tried to appeal to millennials by creating a fast show type character when nobody under 40 has ever heard of the fast show.
No, that's exactly right. You might as well have done the comedy adventures of Neville Chamberlain in 1939. That would have been better.
So, because there are more people who'd rather watch an old man take a small car out of a box than watch him endangering an office junior or me wearing a moustache, we have to deduce that the best of these small hot hatchbacks is comfortably the worst.
Yeah, that is our conclusion.
Yeah, and on that terrible disappointment, it's time to end. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Goodbye!
Never mind, though. It does at least give us time to knock up a scoreboard and see who bought the best car. So, Jeremy.
Yes, now, in the 0 to 100 and then 0 again test, James set the benchmark, so he gets 0. I got minus 281, and Hammond, you got minus 1,000.
I didn't even take part.
That's why you get minus 1,000. Now, forensics, you get 10 points off for every disgusting thing that was found in your car. Now, mine was crisps, leaves and bits of my own skin, so that's not really disgusting at all. It's naught. James, you were mucus, scabs and saliva, so you're minus 30. Hammond, you now, let's get this straight, you were saliva, blood.
Yeah, but there was no mucus in
No
mine.
mucus, but there was pubic hair, so that's minus 30. And then poo, and that's 1,000, so that's
Why
minus...
do I get it minus 1,000 for poo?
Because poo's really disgusting. You're obviously going to get minus 1,000 for that.
Yeah, we don't make the rules, Hammond. Now, look, the thief test. Jeremy... Jeremy, your car wasn't stolen, so you get 0.
Yep.
My car wasn't stolen, so I get 0. Hammond, your car was stolen.
Yes.
And you get minus 1,000.
Do I? How'd you get to that?
Because it just is, it's scientific, this. Lap times, you didn't get minus 1,000 for that. They're there. Now, the gas test. Let's just get this straight. No gas escape from my car, so I get 0. No gas escape from your car, James, so that's 0. All of the gas escape from yours, so that's minus...
Let me guess.
Yes, you're right, it's minus 1,000.
Is it? Is it really?
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. Now, the restoration test, here you lose a point for every pound it would take to get your car back to showroom condition. Now, I, as you would expect, did best at this, so I am minus 5,500 points.
It's like being on QI, this. Yeah, go on.
Hammond, you are minus 7,500 points.
Yeah, it would
and
be.
Jeremy Clarkson, you are minus 11,000.
Ah! I might think, well, not him, but you anyway.
Right, so what have you got, James?
Well, I've won, obviously.
Yeah, that's a given.
You are
Minus?
minus 11,293.1.
Minus 11,293.1. So, Hammond, this is tense.
Minus 11,000.
Well, there's still hope, though. You see, I can still do it.
540.
Yes! So really... I mean, well done, James, but really, two conclusions we can draw from this. One, all identical cars aren't necessarily identical. Some of them do have pubic hairs in them and poo. And two, Richard Hammond, who buys more used cars than any man alive, is useless at buying used cars. And on that bombshell, genuinely, we have absolutely no idea at this stage which one of the cars has won it. So we need someone from the audience, you're nearest. Could you just come and help us out here? Could you please reveal for us now the time done by the BMW Z4?
Gonna be good. 1 minute 37.
It's a good, solid time. It was not good weather.
That's awful time. OK, and now the Porsche Boxster, 1:37.3 to beat. 1:37 Yes. You're in the lead at the moment. You're already out of it, as I predicted. Probably ran out of fuel. OK, here we go. The Honda S2000, 1:37 to beat. Yes! That's all we've got time for this week. I'm very sorry, but that's it.